We are in Hawaii. It's Jacob. Might be a familiar face to some of you. I landed yesterday, and right now we are grabbing our truck. So we're using the Turo app where we're basically renting somebody's personal car. So we Ubered here. We got 2 coolers. One of these coolers is gear. The other one is Jacob's EXO. And then all of our hunting clothes are in here. And I already put my backpack and my rifle in here. So it was my first time flying with a rifle. And so I wasn't really sure about how it was gonna go, but everything's gone smoothly. So we're loaded up. I'm gonna go grab some breakfast, get some of the background logistics done, head to hunting. So on this hunt, we're primarily going after axis deer, potentially some wild goats. We don't know what we're doing. We don't have a guide. It's just DIY. So you're in it for the long run, just like us.
I actually have never gotten this. I just make it myself, but in Hawaii, people like anything canned meat, specifically, or most popularly, Spam. So McDonald's in Hawaii sell a local style breakfast, which is rice, Spam, and eggs. Or you can get Spam or Portuguese sausage, which is like a heavily spiced sausage. Both of them probably give you heart disease, but we're gonna have a good time eating it today. Could I get 2 local deluxe platters, please? That'll be it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I came all the way to Hawaii just to eat McDonald's. Never thought I'd order rice from McDonald's. But that's what you do in Hawaii.
Soy sauce?
Very interesting flavor and texture.
And rice isn't bad for McDonald's, honestly.
No, it's actually legit good rice.
It is 4:30 and sunset's early here, so we have about an hour of prime light. Drove up, it's foggy, and there's a little bit of condensation, mist / maybe a slight drizzle. So we loaded up, truck is right here. We don't know what we're doing, so we're gonna go up this way and hopefully just walk and stumble upon a goat, some goats, some deer. One of the 2 is fine. So I guess you're shooter first because he's got the rifle, and then I have the hand.
It's whoever spots it.
Well, I think by the time somebody spots it, it's gonna be like 40 yards. We set up our camp down back over here, got everything situated, and then decided to make a little venture. So blaze orange, and then blaze orange on the back because it's all required. Here we go. First Hawaiian hunt. We are hunting like a mix between dense forest like that and open country. And when it's along these dense forests like this, many times you hear them before you see them. So you gotta always look and always listen. This fog's gonna make it interesting. fog. We heard them calling each other. We can't see them, but they're not far because we can hear them pretty distinct. We just can't see because the fog is thick. It's clearing up. I don't think I saw the ones you said. There's a lot of pheasants, but Jacob spotted the herd of goats, and there's a lot of them. Unfortunately, okay, Jacob just spotted one on the piece of property that we can hunt. All the other ones are about 300 yards on the other side of the boundary. Let's hop on the other side, down, and then hop over. Okay, where is he? Down, just right in the gut. Yeah. There might be others. Do you see the line? That's the boundary. So, they're like, what, 300? I think. There might be more. There's a ton. There's a shitload. I saw like 50. Really? Just need the fog to clear now. Just make sure your parallax is good too when you go. There's goats everywhere in this little valley across. But we just need this fog to lift, which I don't know if it's gonna lift because the sun is setting, so we'll see. They're talking a lot, man. It's getting thicker. The ones that are over there are definitely within range. It's fog to clear. That sounds like a baby. They're getting closer. I wonder if they're gonna go up into the saddle. The saddle will be easy back out. I made some sandwiches for us to pack for lunch tomorrow. That way we don't have to do it in the morning. And then Jacob is the dinner chef. We didn't bring oil or buy oil, so we made makeshift with what we had. So one of Jacob's buddies' father-in-law gave us some Axis deer meat. He gave us some backstrap and some ground meat. Hooked it up.
He almost actually let us shoot a deer off his back patio today. There just wasn't one there, so.
Before we came here, he was like, oh yeah, let's go check the back patio, see if there's a deer there for you to shoot. Got over there wasn't a deer, but we heard a deer like...
We heard one,
We heard one like calling.
It's a small property, so he can only...
But I was like, let's go and shoot one in the mountains. So called it off, we drove up here. And...
We didn't see any deer, but...
We didn't see any deer, we saw some goats. Just fog saved those goats. But we know where they are, and with how they're moving, we have a game plan of how we're going to play it in the morning. But right now we got Axis deer meat, backstrap cut into thin steak slices with refried beans, salsa, onion in a little frying pan. And then we're going to taco seasoning and then throw it on or in some tortillas. That's what we're eating. And then up early tomorrow morning to find a goat or potentially an Axis deer.
We just have to boil it. Get it extra clean. Here, give me some of the lettuce.
Man, you just rip it.
Oh boy.
It ain't gonna be a burrito, it's gonna be a taco.
Here, get a plate real quick. We're gonna have to eat them with a fork and a knife.
You're legit cutting it?
Yeah, it's a wet burrito, man.
Alright. YOLO.
You're gonna have to go to two, I think.
Wish I could have tried the Axis deer by itself, but you could tell. Super tender.
Super tender.
We just got enough light to glass into this valley where we thought the goats were gonna feed into last night. I looked on this knob, spotted one goat, and it seems like the goats are just rolling through. They're in range, they're not that far. It looks far, but 320 yards. Perfect. So it's a little dark for the scope right now. The camera just makes it look really bright, but it's actually really dark right now. So we're gonna get situated. We have a nice flat bench and we're set up on it. Just hopefully make it happen right here. First light. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take this. Take this one right here. The brown one. Yeah, a little bit bigger. Okay. I will take the whatever one. Just go 4 MOA. Because they're right at like 310, so 4 MOA should be perfect. Yeah, just double check his chamber. I'm pretty sure it's chamber. Just make sure your gun is level. If you can. Okay. I'm on whenever you're ready.
You hit him back. Stay on him. You hit him back. He's going down to the left. You see him?
Yeah. I think it's dead.
Yeah, I think it's dead.
Yeah, the rest scattered. I don't see any of them.
I think it's dead. I still hear him bleeding.
Huh?
Still hear him bleeding.
He's not moving.
No, he's dead.
Okay.
Happened fast.
Yep.
Okay, we just need to reference where that animal is. We had like 10, maybe a dozen goats up on this little knob on our face, 312 yards. And Jacob wanted the tan one shot. I think it hit a little bit back, but that goat was down not long after, so we'll get over there. All the other goats just scattered. As soon as the gun went off and that goat got hit, all the other goats just scattered, but I didn't really look where they went because I was just trying to stay on this one to make sure I didn't lose it, and then it went to this bush and it's not moving. So we're gonna...
Birria tacos.
We got goat meat. So I mean, we just took some time, and this is one of the things which is a good thing to do, is whenever you have an animal down in a place where it's not a wide open, it's good to like take some time to like pinpoint where the animal's dead, so that when you go over there you can at least have landmarks to be like, oh, the animal's dead from this direction, from this tree or this rock or this bush or whatever. Just have these landmarks so that you know where it is. Granted, this spot's pretty easy because it's on a little knob, and we found some pretty good landmarks, like a little tree that's shooting off to the side like this, and there's a rock on the top of the spine of the ridge, and it's dead directly below it. So we're gonna load up here. Goat down, first full day. Now we get to taste wild goats. We're not to Jacob's goat, but we know where the goat's dead. So all the goats earlier, the other ones, hopped over the ridge. So I'm gonna load up, and we're gonna not go to Jacob's goat yet. We're gonna peek on the backside, see if there's another one over there. So make sure we're on 100. Just checked on my goat. He's dead. Shot was far back, but we popped up over the ridge, heard some more goats, and there's some kind of on the boundary line of a ranch over here. So we're gonna get up, set up, and see if we can find one well within the fence line, so we can get a shot. But Smog's up next. These goats are pretty small, so packing them out shouldn't be a big deal. There's a bunch of them.
so many goats to the left.
Yeah. I don't think all of these were spooked. Okay, so Jacob's goat's right back over here. And we snuck over to the backside of that knob that we shot his goat at. And we're playing the fence game. So there are some places where we cannot hunt. There are places where we can hunt. All the goats right now that we see are on the other side of the fence that we cannot hunt. However, there are some goats down over here, which I think is the herd that we shot at. And they're moving away further into this piece of land that we cannot hunt. But there are some goats to our left that are actually right by the boundary and are moving towards us. But we also need to go take care of Jacob's goat. But these guys are close enough that I think, I don't know, maybe go peek over here for a bit and then go take care of his goat. Because when it comes to meat care, taking care of the meat properly is the best way to ensure that you get good tasting meat. Came back to the goat. We gotta process this thing. Yesterday, Jacob and I were having a debate. How much meat do you get off of a goat? Deboned, like pure meat. I said 20 pounds and he was like, no way. So we'll figure it out. Find out.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 15. I think 15 to 20.
I think we're gonna be 20, 25.
This thing's like 50 pounds, I think.
Well, we'll find out.
So 25 would be 50%. Yeah. 18 pounds.
All right, you want to do specific? So
Sure.
you're saying 18 pounds? All right, I'm gonna say 21 and a half.
I'm gonna say that mahi was bigger than this. I'm just kidding. Had more.
You might actually be right. Okay.
Okay, with the heart, 21 and a half pounds.
Sounds about right. That's what I said. I said 21 and a half.
Yeah, that's close.
Can I feel it?
But I said boned out. Boned out is probably 18.
I think, yeah, probably 20 somewhere. It might be a little heavier than 21 and a
You
half.
think so? I'm not even gonna put this on my pack, guys. I'm just gonna carry it.
Just a little dumbbell.
Yeah, it's just like a little bag. Going back to Grandma's house with some goat meat. So.
We are done. We took what we can. These goats are really small. Way smaller than what they look like. There's really nothing on the ribs, so we took what we can, the 4 quarters, the back strap,
Neck,
no
brisket,
tenderloin.
Brisket, yeah. I don't know that many people that hunt goats. We're doing it because it's what we saw and it's illegal.
We took what we got.
And we're on a meat gathering mission, so
Yeah, we are.
I mean, billions of people eat goat all around the world. Just because it's not like a staple in American society doesn't mean you can't make it into delicious food.
Exactly.
As far as people shooting stuff and leaving it, like we saw on the drive we took yesterday, we probably saw 1,000 goats,
Probably.
and that was just along the road. So ecologically, it's understandable if you're just going out to like coal.
Yep. So the goat died right up here. We drug him down, and then there's about 100 goats that we saw just on the other side of the fence, just right down here. But we're gonna go up and go explore a new spot. But sun's high, it's getting hot, so we're gonna boogie out of here. One of the perks of being in Hawaii is there's just fruits everywhere. So Jacob, where he lives, he has guava and mangoes within his vicinity of his house. So we've got real organic mangoes just to
I don't know what variety there are. There's like over 200 types of mangoes, but
so
whatever these are super good. So
Jacob cut one slice and then he just went and like cubed it and then you fold it out. And you have nice.
better than any store-bought mango right there.
Yep, because it's also cheaper.
Yeah.
$0.
Mm-hmm.
We've got ground goat meat. This is probably about maybe 2 pounds. And I'm gonna make something I have never made before, so this might not end very well. But you gotta start somewhere if you wanna expand your culinary skills. Smells just like meat. And that's the biggest thing about goat is, as somebody who's never really ate goat before, you have all of these initial predictions about what goat's gonna smell like, what it's gonna taste like. But so far, if you didn't label this, you wouldn't know that it was goat. It would pass as beef if I was being honest. I do not know where these bees came out of, but as soon as I started cooking that meat, these bees started swarming the tailgate. So got done, made my burrito, got away from my truck because they're swarming like crazy right there. I was gonna make something a little bit more different than my normal burrito. I didn't bring plates, so there was no way for me to transfer the meat out of my cast iron into the plate because I was supposed to brown the tortilla in the cast iron, but I don't have a way to do it, so I'm just gonna eat this as traditional. It's pretty simple. I browned my goat meat and then I added some
Worcestershire sauce,
or however you pronounce that word. I also added some ketchup and then salt and pepper to taste. Let it simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes. And then I threw it in a tortilla, added mustard, some fresh tomatoes, some red onions, some lettuce, and some cheese. That's all it is. This is my first time, I believe, eating ever grounded goat meat. You would not know that this was goat. It just tastes like meat. And the best part is all the fresh veggies just make it taste extra fresh. I dig it a lot because normally I add ketchup as a condiment, not as an actual ingredient when you're mixing the meat around. And that ketchup has that zestiness. I don't know how to describe it. The ketchup actually does a lot more than just being ketchup, since I added ketchup into the meat and let it simmer for a bit. It's really good. I'm usually not a fan of mustard too, but I also added mustard. I guess that's the one thing I forgot to mention. I added mustard afterwards. I guess you can say that this is normally a burger, but instead of being in burger format, it's in a burrito format, because it tastes like a burger, but it's not buns and a patty. I honestly think that goat meat should be sought after a lot more, and it should be a lot more popular than it is right now. I know goat is a lot more popular outside of the US. It's actually very, very popular in other countries. The US, you don't really hear about goat meat. I think that's something that needs to change. I think goat meat is a fine, fine meat.